You may have noticed some mainstream news coverage of a gathering at Turangawaewae marae in Ngarawahia, which is the home of the Kingtanga movement, and Tainui. And there was a gathering of many senior people from various parts of our Māori community. I note that Tiffany Regan was there from the South Island, sitting alongside the Māori King. It was all over social media. It was all over woke media. And it was a gathering supposedly of Māori after, in the wake of the election, calls for some sort of revolution or claims that people will fight the new government, which is a white supremacist, racist government. There was a ton of rhetoric at the weekend. Apparently 10,000 people turned up, though I haven't seen pictures that suggest that. I would also note that 30,000 people went to Foo Fighters in Auckland over the weekend. So I don't know if that's... John Campbell had a wonderful time. He said it was full of peace, love, mung beans, and it was marvellous. But what was it all about, and what did it mean? And was it a response to something terribly racist the government is doing or not? Well, to answer those questions, and for a perspective from the government's point of view of what happened at Turangawaewae, we are joined now by the Minister for Māori Development and Māori Crown Relations, who was in attendance officially, Tama Potaka. Tama, Morena, welcome to the platform. Nice to have you with us.
Hey, kia ora, Sean. Morena kia koe, and it's great to be here.
All right, you went along to this national hui, I guess we could call it. You went along as a representative of the new government?
Yes, I was there, and I stayed till about 3 p.m, and then I departed alongside my colleagues Daniel Bidwar and Rema Narkley.
Okay, and you were there simply to watch, to listen, to talk, to negotiate, or what?
No, I was there primarily to listen and to feel the vibrations, the genuine feelings that people have as a result of the recent election and changes in the coalition, changes in the government. And it was a great day. It was generally very positive and constructive.
Yeah. Tama, you are Tainui yourself? It's your whakapapa?
I have links to Tainui. My wife is Waikato Maniapoto, and I have links to Tainui through a couple of my iwi, Ngāti Raukawa, Ngāti Toa Rangatira.
Okay, you don't hold any positions or anything, any officials or positions, anything to do with those groups or with Tainui?
No, but I did spend 7 years in service of the corporate arm, Tainui Group Holdings, up here in Waikato. We did a few things like building the base out at Te Rapa and the Novotel Auckland Airport, which you may have stayed in before, Sean.
Yeah. Tama, what was your view of the vibe, of the feels there?
The genuine vibe was that people are very positive and constructive around moving forward towards unity across Māori communities and iwi, but also across New Zealand. There were some comments that were a bit surprising to me. I'd describe them as premature and possibly inflammatory, but they were genuine feelings. But the wairua of the hui, the vibe of the hui, was less about unhelpful provocation and more about unity and pathways for the country. Some massive issues that are concerning Māori at the moment, including the state of Te Reo Māori and how the coalition government is engaging on that matter, amongst others.
All right. Was there a general feeling, and it's very hard, I have to say, I've always found it very hard to, if you like, find if there is a genuine national mood amongst Māori, who represents Māori, who has the right to represent Māori. It is a difficult negotiation. It's a difficult job of perception. Is there a perception that the government that you are part of is a white supremacist anti-Māori government? And was that perception abroad at the hui?
I think that there are some people in our communities that have a genuine feeling in that direction, but the vibe of the hui and the main reflection of the hui was that there seems to be a feeling of vilification of issues that are really dear and genuinely held in the corners of of hearts of iwi leadership and Māori leadership throughout the country. For example, Te Tiriti o Waitangi or the Treaty of Waitangi and Māori language. Those two things, in my view, are fundamental to the country's DNA, past, present and future, and are foundational for the country, so much so the recognition of the Treaty of Waitangi as our foundation document is set out in the National Party Constitution. So there is a genuine feeling out there that the way that the coalition government is engaging on those two particular issues, amongst others, doesn't necessarily align with or befit the legacy of previously led previous national-led governments.
Yeah. Was there a discussion about whether or not the treaty trumps democracy?
I didn't hear such a discussion, if there was one, and certainly the view was that the treaty, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, gave birth to the nation that we have now. I was not participant in any session or plenary where I heard that particular discussion, although there were 5 or 6 plenaries happening at the same time, and I couldn't be everywhere at once. Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, did the Hui come up with a statement? Because all I have really read is that the King said there are no principles of the treaty is the treaty, and that's it.
Well, I think that my understanding is that these matters will be summarised and conveyed in a presentable manner through the major hui that are coming up this week and next week at Ratana for the birthday anniversary of Tama Potaka Wiremu Ratana, and then at Waitangi. And I'm sure there'll be a bit of refinement, but there'll be some positive and constructive engagement at those hui, and I look forward to the hospitality of my people in Te Tai Hauaru, and also my wife's people in Te Tai Tukara up at Waitangi.
Yeah. There is also a question, I guess, Tama, as to who represents Māori. Now, if you say it's the Māori Party, Māori are 70% of the population. The Māori Party got 2% of the vote, but they seem to get 80% of the media coverage when it comes to when it comes to things Māori. And just trying to figure out who speaks for whom, on behalf of whom, is a real issue here.
Yeah, I think that, look, there are different organisations and institutions throughout iwi and Māori communities. Their iwi leadership, I think, is pretty clear and it's very explicit. There are many iwi entities, maybe 100 or so, or 80 or so, and all of those entities do have leadership. They do have visible organisational structure. There are also some other entities like...
Some would say that they're run on a caste system or a hierarchical, often patriarchal system, and they're not democracies.
Well, I think those people that have been involved in iwi development know that there are regular election processes that take place for tribes and for other organisations like Māori and corporations and trusts. There are electoral processes that take place, and people who are members of those iwi are entitled to participate. One of the things that I'm really enthusiastic about, Sean, is the absolute focus of Māori around the health and well-being of iwi and Māori people and the health and well-being of...
Is that why National acts the Māori Health Authority?
Well, I think that we have a view that the outcomes in Māori health can be better undertaken and delivered more through devolution and decentralisation rather than a massive bureaucracy. And that was well set out in our campaign.
Mm. Is this government anti-Māori? Do you accept that criticism, which appeared to be widely held? Do you accept that there's some sort of threat to Māori from the new coalition government?